Hey everybody, I'm going to do the coolant drain and fill on the STi. Just gonna grab a light. There is a plastic cap down there. I don't know if we can see it from up top. I can barely, so you guys will barely, but I'm going to first take this off. This has green coolant in it. It is supposed to have the SUBARU super coolant, so that's what I'm putting in. It's the best for these engines. And just before winter, do a little maintenance on the hose. I see it's been leaking a bit, so I will be changing that out. New clamps, new silicone hoses, and that should be it. All right, as you can hear, it's finally draining. Subarus have the absolute worst spot for that spout I think I've ever come across, because it's above the frame, so it's really difficult to get at. I had to take the inner fender thing off so I could get in there with a wrench and turn it. So that's what you'll have to do too, probably. But I'm gonna take all the caps off so it drains nice and quick. Not sure why that's leaking. It's probably coming from there first, and then it'll drain the radiator. All right, she's just draining away now. This is a type of corrosion that you want to prevent and stay away from. I mean, this is nothing really, but I'm gonna clean that up nice and put the proper coolant in it, and she'll be good to go. The next thing after this is going to be the valve covers, because it is leaking bad on the exhaust right now. So, but for now, let's focus on the coolant. All right, folks, I'm done mentally, physically, and 90% of the car. There's a few things you got to know when it comes to doing this job. I remember why I hate it, and quite frankly, I'd rather play with some donkey balls than do this again. So I'm glad it's done. Not only is the thing down there really stupid to get at, to loosen and or tighten, you have no idea if it's tight enough, because you can't get leverage. If you get leverage, you don't know if you're going to over tighten it. And with that being said, I had a coolant bath, a couple of them. I had to clean my floor. And that little hose down there, which you can't see and I don't have a light. Well, I'll just tell you the story anyway. I had to cut that little hose because my aftermarket hose that I bought from Rally Sport Direct was too long. So this was the length I needed. The Rally Sport Direct one, well, why don't I just show you? I know I have absolutely no energy left. So that's that, Rally Sport. So you can see the size difference. It's about 1 inch too long, if not more. Yeah, like the corner, like it's way too long. So when I was trying to put this one on, it was binding. Luckily, I had my kit that I bought overseas, and it was much closer to this size, but I actually still had to cut 1/4 inch off. Now, that was right after my coolant bath, so I was quite using the vocabulary in my garage at that moment in time. But it's a good thing I did this, because this hose was seized on at the bottom. So that clamp was rusted right on, you can see. So if I ever had a problem with this hose, which I would have at some point, I'm sure, because hoses do not last forever, and it's kind of getting a little rotten at the bottom. But it would have been screwy Louie on the side of the highway for me. and no fix until we got it to a shop and or my house. So that would have sucked. So I'm glad that I replaced both hoses with this beautiful, this one's nice. This one's nice. Nice silicone. They don't fit 100%. Nothing does, like obviously OEM. But it fits pretty well, and you know, it's a quality hose, this one, and I put quality clamps on both ends. You can see that hose there. I had to cut it. You can see how shiny it is. But it'll work, and no one really sees down there anyway, so it'll do the job, I'm sure, but by holding some coolant, this stuff right here, I am not done yet. Tomorrow, I'm going to properly bleed it with my big yellow special bleeder funnel that you buy, and let the car run, do its thing, bleed the system out. Subarus are pretty good for bleeding the system because this is the highest point in the car, and the bubbles like to flow to the highest point. The Supra, on the other hand, is a pain in the neck most times. But anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do tomorrow. But I'm gonna end the video here, I think. There's no need for you guys to watch. I mean, if you Google how to bleed a cooling system, it's gonna be the same for every car. You do need that special funnel that has all the special caps on it. And you run your car for, well, anywhere from half hour to 2.5 hours with the heater on full blast and watch the air bubbles come up. So you wanna also get the car as level as possible. This is about as level as I'm gonna get because my garage does dip. So it is tilted, but just a bit, which was enough to get all the coolant out for the most part. So, and I know that because I filled that thing. And this should only take 7 liters-ish from what Subaru tells me. Obviously at most 8 because I'm full now and I just need to bleed the system, and there's probably 1.5 liters in there. So all of it came out for the most part. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would have filmed more if I wasn't doused in coolant and you know, cussing it at the car. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. All right, y'all have a great night.